What is up, MFers? So pumped for the video today because, as you guys guessed it from the title and the thumbnail of this video, I picked up a brand new bass boat and it is my freaking dream boat. I've been fishing out of it for about the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'm absolutely blown away by it and I can't wait to walk through it with you guys and tell you what I love about it. It's right back there behind me. You guys saw about 3 weeks ago, me and Max, we went up north, we picked up the old truck camper, and on the way home we stopped at BoatWRX in Springfield, Missouri, and got this badass boat I'm about to show you. But I'm also about to tell you some really great news about BoatWRX and something that we're doing to collaborate together. If you're not familiar with BoatWRX, you're probably about to be. They've only been around 2 or 3 years, I believe, but they've quickly grown to one of the fastest boat dealerships in the country. They don't just got bass boats, they got all different types of boats. Well, BoatWRX actually teamed up with the Milliken Fishing Nation, and we are going to give away an all-inclusive paid trip to spend a day on the water with me. You get to go out and fish with me, a day on the water. You guys are messaging me all the time. You want me to do a guide trip for you, you want me to take you fishing. I can't keep up with all the people that want to go out. This is a great way for you guys to win a trip to fish with me. We'll fly you out to Texas or wherever we decide to go fish. We'll spend a day on the water. We can teach you stuff, or we can just go slaunch hunt. We can try to catch numbers, whatever you guys want to do. It's all up to you. The way to enter, super simple. Link at the top of the description right there. It's a little landing page. You sign up. Boom, you're entered for the trip to fish with me for a day. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. I want to see as many of you guys sign up for this as possible because that's the only way you can enter. That, and of course, if you go buy a boat at BoatWRX this year, we are going to give you 10 entries into this giveaway. So you get 10 times the chance if you simply go pick up a new boat and mention that it's through Milliken Fishing. Okay, enough of that. Let's talk about this brand new boat. It's actually a new boat brand. I've never run this one before. In the last 3 weeks, it has opened my eyes and blown me away. I think this is the 5th different boat I've owned, and it's kind of funny, I've been in a different brand every single time. My starter boat was an Alumacraft, my second boat was a Stratus, third was a Phoenix, fourth was a Triton you guys saw me in last year, and now we've switched boat brands once again, and this has been my favorite of them all. Becky, should we show it to them?
Let's do it.
All right, here it is.
Vanna.
Folks, the Caymas CX21 Pro. A lot of you guys might be asking why I picked up a Caymas. Well, I've been hearing some things, some chatter from some people that I know that have had one of these for the last couple years, and they've come out of a lot of other boat brands and have been blown away by pretty much everything that has to do with this boat. And the great thing is, I didn't just go pick this up and I'm on the way home, never put it on the water, never used or anything, about to give you guys a review. No, I've taken this thing on Rayburn, Conroe, Little Lakes, shallow water, big water, everything, and I don't know, I don't have any affiliation with the name Caymas. This is all just from BoatWRX, but I am absolutely blown away. Nothing has come close to this boat as far as performance and layout, ride. Let's get into the walkthrough. We'll just kind of go from the front to the back, and I'll try to explain to you guys the little details and the major details that have made this boat incredible so far. Let's talk about the least important thing. It looks awesome. Look at this freaking color scheme. It went with the silver, the blue, the black with the little silver and blue flake in there. This thing turned out insanely clean. So I was super happy when I showed up and it looked this incredible in person. Let's go to the front though, and I'll try to explain to you guys what exactly makes this boat stand out from the ones I've had in the past. Trailer's been super nice already. We'll kind of just see if it holds up, but came with a upgraded jack, upgraded winch. It's got the grandpa steps on it so Zart can make fun of me for another year at least. So boom, we're already up here. If we go to the trolling motor, Minn Kota Ultrex, that's been my favorite by far. I guess I've only used 3 different brands, but Ultrex has blown the rest of them away. As you can see up there, we got a couple different transducers. You guys are always giving me a hard time about having too many electronics on the boat. Well, we decided to put some more on it this year. So we have the new Garmin LiveScope, the LVS34. It's the upgraded box on there. It's got this new mount, and I'm not too crazy about it. Honestly, it's made for the perspective mount so you can put it into perspective mode easier. But really, it's just adding a whole bunch more arms and crap up here, I think. I don't know. I'll probably get used to it after a while, but it's harder to keep it dialed in perfectly. And then, of course, went with the Humminbird 360 to go along with the electronics on the boat, which are all Humminbird besides the Garmin 16-inch Panoptic screen. So I moved over the 16-inch Garmin screen from the last boat, the Triton, onto this one, and the rest of them, I got one Humminbird Helix 12 up here and two back there at the console. I'll tell you why I went with that in just a little bit. One feature up here that's crazy nice that Earl Bentz incorporated into this boat, you can see there's a little wedge right there that increases as it goes out, and it's built into the fiberglass. The reason he did that is to make it a trolling motor mount, and that means that your trolling motor hangs perfectly straight, your transducer is perfectly straight in the water. Just an awesome little feature. Another great thing about this boat that I really like, the entire front deck, which is absolutely massive, is all padded. So the majority of boat brands that have padded front decks, it's an upgrade, and they only go this section here up around the rod lockers going forward. If you ever fish with more than one person in the boat, I got Coleslaw constantly up here running the camera from right here and right back here, all sorts of stuff. His feet ain't gonna be aching quite as much, or your tournament partner, whoever's feet aren't either, because this entire thing is padded. And by the way, this fishing platform is absolutely massive. It reminds me of the size of like a old Ranger 521. The Vexus that I've been in that Casey has, it's a big, giant, wide, stable fishing platform. Obviously got the recessed foot pedal mount, that's pretty standard, but I love this up here. Becky, zoom in on this up here. We got not only our tool holder and our beer holder up here, but we have the integrated buttons for the live well. So all the other boats I've ever had have had the trim up and down up here, but being able to control your live well and your recirc, and of course your nav lights from up here, that's a really great feature. We have the front lights integrated into the hull, which has become kind of standard, but that's a really good feature. And then we'll kind of get up here, have Becky jump up into the boat, and I'll show you the layout of the front deck and the compartments. So here's how the compartments lay out. This is the main rod locker, and it is nice and large. Actually, like I said, I've been fishing out of this boat, so I took, just to make it easier, because I'm gonna throw the rods back on, I just took my rods and threw them in the garage. Now they're gonna come right back and sit on top of the deck. But nice big rod locker, has this like kind of hard plasticky stuff, but this is one thing you'll notice in every single locker. They're all fiberglass compartments, which is a huge upgrade over the plastic that's in a lot of the boats. You guys also know I throw the big swim baits a lot. My 9-foot swim bait rod fits just fine in this rod locker, which was a huge thing for me. They appear to be not quite as deep as the Triton rod locker, but they seem to be wider. So I think it's gonna be a similar number of rods. I can probably fit 35 to 40 rods in there, no problem. Luckily we don't have that many in there yet. This is the main tackle storage compartment. Also very, very large. I have about 1% of my tackle in here right now because luckily it's just offshore fishing summer season, which has been really nice. But yeah, I can probably fit, well, these are the big 3700 size boxes, probably fit 10 or 12 of those in this main spot. And then of course on the side, I like to be able to put my little 6 cents swim bait boxes, stuff like that, reels, whatever, right down there. And this is different than every boat I've owned in the past. I've usually just had it so it's one locker on this side, so you can pretty much pick and choose which one you want your rod locker. It's split up into two. So these lockers right here are pretty slick. I think I like this system, I think. So we got this insert. I always like these inserts for these day boxes. And then down here we got plenty of room. I like to store my plastics right there so they're easy to grab, which isn't the smartest as far as performance goes. You want your plastics in the back, but I'm not smart, so I did that. This is also cool. I like this insert a lot. So we just got our simple day box insert. Do whatever you want. I'm not sure really what I'll do with that yet, but this down here is really nice. It has a drain plug in it too. I was told this could be your second cooler. So if you wanted to put like 40 beers in the main cooler and like, what do you think, 40 or 50 more in that one too, easily 2 cases in there, you can do that. So if you need, it's like an 80 to 90 beer day, Caymas has you set. Speaking of, let's get in there. It's probably disgusting. Oh, not too bad yet. Cooler isn't super big, but it actually holds more than I thought it would. Looks like you can get probably 30 or so brewskis in there, or 30 waters, I guess. Got your tool holders right here. So this is an extra tool holder. It's more than my last boat, which I like a lot. Measuring board goes in there, and then Nice little area for me to put my baits. And as you guys notice, I end up with quite a bait pile in my boats. So this one, I'm gonna only have one bait right there. It's gonna stay that way forever. One bait. And then this is nice. This was in my last boat too. One of these pull-out drawers. I like, it doesn't have hardly anything in it. All it has right now is some lead wire, some super glue, and a dye. I'm gonna put a lot of scent in there. I don't know, all your basic stuff. Extra oil. You can put your cold tag stuff in there if you want to, but that's the front half of the boat. Let's move back to the back where Becky's at right now. As you can see, the floor in here is more of a C-deck type material. I don't think it's actual, the company's C-deck. There's a bunch of different companies now, which if I could build a boat from scratch, I would never put carpet in a boat. I would only put this material because I love it so much. Carpet holds moisture, hooks get stuck in it. It's a mess. It goes to crap over time, and this is the way to go. But the way they cut the compartments, there'd be too big of a gap. So really we need to talk to these boat manufacturers over time and get them to where they start cutting the compartments to the point where you can put C-deck in all of these major bass boat brands. I digress. Back to how amazing this boat is from the get. These are the best seats I've ever been in. These are nicer than my truck seats. They're incredible. A few times while driving this boat through rough water, I was wondering if it's just the ride of the hull or if it's because the seats are so springy and comfortable that it feels like I'm just cutting through butter in these giant waves. But these seats are incredible, and I really like this feature too, if I can find it. They slide forward and backward, which is nice. You know, if Becky comes in here, she'll have to be up like here so her foot can reach the pedal, but I'm not gonna let Becky drive this boat, so we don't gotta worry about that. Right?
Right. It's Oz.
Well, I was gonna say, if Ozzy wants to drive the boat, he'd have to get way up there, so he'll be able to. But yeah, they're super nice, and this is different too. If you can see, there's a gap underneath them, so it's kind of different. Most bass boat seats are integrated down and are sit flush with the bottom. There's actually some room if you want to store anything down here. More beers, I guess. Center console is awesome. My last few boats have had this. This is probably the nicest one of the three boats that have had it. Rock solid. I mean, it's fiberglass into the hole, so it's not going to come loose. There's just not any give with it. You can put whatever you want in there. Obviously, I just got my boat lanes. That way I don't hit trees at Rayburn quite as much. Scale, you can put your cold tags. I got my Milliken trolling motor remote in there. And then let's get to the console, Beck. Come over here and get behind me. Like I said, I went with Humminbird this year. The reason for that is the mega imaging on the side imaging and down imaging, I feel like is the best or close to it. I need to use it some more to get used to it. I used to have Humminbirds like 7-8 years ago, and so I'm kind of getting back into figuring out how to use everything. Is it nicer than the GT56 side scan from Garmin or the Lowrance Live? That's to be determined. We'll see on that. One thing I do know is the mapping with the Lake Master is a cut above the Navionics, in my opinion, with the detail that it has, especially down here on some of these Texas lakes. It has been awesome. So the dash is something else I really like. Nothing too crazy about it. All digital right here, besides the RPM gauge, and I guess we'll kind of talk about that when we get out on the water, about what you can cycle through, but it's really nice. And then I love this over here. Love the panel right here. Very simple, yet very effective. And you got basically all your lights, your live wells, stuff like that, nothing crazy. This right here, you guys can see that? That's a little fan symbol. That feature and my old man status, kind of like along with the grandpa stairs, I absolutely love, because what that fan is it's a fan that goes through my compartments up in the front. From one side, it shoots up and it goes all the way around, so I can dry out my compartments when it does rain, which is absolutely freaking killer. Also, this is a box little compartment here I really love. So you can see we got this fully waterproof. It locks, comes open. It's got little USB ports in there, which is great because we like to sometimes mount GoPros right up there. Wallet, keys, phone, all in there and safe, of course, if you're not putting them in the center console. All right, Beck, we're almost out of this little thing. Net integrated back here, right behind the seat. I like that. That was in the Triton too. That's a good feature. I think that's a good place to put your net. If you would decide to bring someone else fishing with you, a co-angler, then they have this awesome rod strap. I've had some in the past that don't have a strap, where it's just a little crappy band, or it's positioned up here so you can only get a couple rods. Zark'll like this because you can put 104 rods there and still over the top of them, so that's good. Live wells, nothing crazy about the live wells. They are nice. They have water in them, which is probably not the most ideal thing, but beauty. I put some water in here so you can see that they do live well. Oxygenators in there, 2 live wells. They're nice and big. They're really big. That's what a live well looks like, with a bag of ice in it. Keep fishes alive. But they're big. Want to see how big they are, Becky? They're about this deep. About mid-tricep. The back storage compartments, once again, nothing crazy, but they're nice and big. Like everything else I said, fiberglass, all fiberglass. So what's in this compartment right here is it's invaluable to me, and it might be my favorite part of the entire boat. It's an upgraded system, and it might be the most sophisticated battery system that anyone has in a boat. It's the most sophisticated one I've ever seen, and there's so many fail-safes built into it. I'm not going to show you guys that yet. I'll show you next video what exactly is in this amazing compartment right here. We'll get to that in a little bit, but it's good. That's all I'm going to say. And then back here, nothing too crazy. Had to go with the old blacked out Merc 250 4-stroke once again, and power pulls. We got 10-foot power pull blades on here, and ladder for when I fall in.
Wait a second.
Hope I don't fall in.
There's a ladder.
Yeah, Becky, you didn't know that?
No.
Here, ladder, step for swimming. It even holds me, wow. Remote drain plug. Trying to think what else. East Texas clay, Yahtzee.
That's a boat.
I think that's it. That's my boat. So basically what I was telling you with the performance of this boat, it rides through rough water better than any boat I've ever been in, by a landslide. I was out on Conroe. If you guys have been on Conroe, especially during the summer, there's 917 jet skis and 426 wakeboard boats, and it's a big fishbowl because there's bulkheads and the whole thing is the waves just, and I was just like, I got up on plane, just, immediately the acceleration on this boat is incredible, and I was cutting through these waves coming all different directions, 2-3 footers, like it was nothing. I don't think you could spear a wave in this boat. The owner of BoatWRX was fishing the opens last year, and he fished one on the St. Lawrence River. He said the waves were stacked up in the current weir. They were 3 footers, and he ran his Caymas all the way to the lake, and he said he passed every single boat in the field, not because it's the fastest boat, but because it rides higher on the waves than other boats. And you'll notice this once you get in one of these. I strongly encourage you just to go test drive or ride in a Caymas. It rides higher than other boats in the water, so he was able to just go on top of those 3 footers where everyone else was blasting into them, or having to tack side to side in them. I don't know how it's done or what Earl Bent's magical wisdom did with the whole of this boat. And like I said, I'm not trying to pimp their boat or nothing, because they're not paying me a dime to pimp their Caymas boat or anything. It's not the fastest boat you'll ever ride in. It's not going to hit 74, 75. I've had it to about 70 was the fastest I've had it during the break-in phase. But this boat, day in, day out, I've heard as much as you want to load it down, live wells, gas, person, everything, it'll run super consistently 67, 68, 69 miles an hour. And like I said, I've been in that chop on Rayburn, that 1.5 to 2 foot chop where where you have to start to slow down these other boat brands, get down in 50, 55 miles an hour. I've been able to blast 65, blam, right through the top of it, which is
great.
Incredible. Great. Becky likes speed. Me and Zark like mama speed. That's all I got. That's my boat. You'll see me running this year and for the foreseeable future, because I'm obsessed with how this is performing. Now I just need to be able to find some damn fish, catch some fish, to make some video content for you guys. Don't forget, hit the link in the top description. It's super simple. It's just a landing page. It'll have my dumb face on it, probably with the fish or something. You just got to sign up. Boom. It's not going to be a long process or anything. Sign up. You can win a trip to fish with me on the water. Or if you hate my guts, just sign up and maybe they'll just send you out. You can take my boat out by yourself and not have to deal with me. That would probably be cool too.
Okay, I'll sign up.
Becky's signing up. Great. Thanks for watching the Slow Meffers. Comment any questions you have about this boat down below, and hopefully I'll have some answers, or at least the guys at BoatWRX who have been back and forth with me every single day, getting me broken in with this boat and answer questions. They'd be able to answer it as well. Thanks for watching. Out of here.